tragic. Demons appear like magic. Money long so elastic. Foreign fabrics to fashion.
I'm itching for money, cash addict. Secure drawn in my pockets Titanic. When I get on the beat, it's Jurassic. Little niggas don't want static.
Wavy come like tsunami and drown you with the drip.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Last year, the Detroit Pistons drafted an 18-year-old out of France. We all know his name, Sekou Doumbouya. After spending the majority of his season with the Grand Rapids G League team, he was elevated to the starting lineup about midway through the season in January and really took the hearts of all Pistons fans. He had a great 2 weeks with the Pistons, but after that, he started to really hit a rookie wall, really started to struggle, and really had some people questioning, was what we just saw during those 2 weeks a fluke, or is he just hitting a rookie wall and is he going to end up bouncing back? Well, unfortunately, the NBA season got postponed, and eventually the Pistons season pretty much got canceled since they're not going to be part of this bubble, and they're probably not going to have a bubble after this one for the 8 teams that didn't make it. So you don't really get to see if Sekou would have ended up bouncing back. So I'm going to be making 2 videos on Sekou Doumbouya. This video is going to be talking about the good that we saw during the 2 weeks that gives you reason to believe that he is going to be this future star that everyone believes he can be. And in my second video, I'm going to talk about the bad that we saw from Sekou after that 2-week stretch that gives you reason to pause and what he needs to improve on if he plans on reaching the heights that all these Pistons fans have thinking of him. So let's go ahead and get into some of the good things that we saw from Sekou Doumbouya when he was first entered in the starting lineup. The first thing that pops up is that he knows how to play the game without the ball in his hands. He overall seems to have a good IQ for the game. And when I say knows how to play without the ball in his hands, specifically talking about cutting to the rim when it's wide open. One of the biggest perks to Sekou playing the professional leagues overseas for as long as he did is that he learned how to be a role player. He wasn't a star amongst those guys that were much older and much stronger than him. He learned how to be a role player, knew how to cut, knew how to spot up, knew how to move around, which he translated to the NBA, as you will see from these clips. This is something that a lot of rookies struggle with because they usually have been stars from high school all the way to college. Now they have to get to the NBA and adjust and learn how to be a role player without the ball in their hands. This is something that Sekou excelled at as soon as he started playing. During this 2-week stretch where Sekou was playing really well, he shot 72% at the rim, which would rank in the 63rd percentile relative to his position. This was due in large part to Sekou creating easy looks for himself at the rim by cutting off ball and running fast and hard in transition. His ability to create easy looks for himself and therefore his team is extremely valuable because, like I said earlier, he doesn't need the ball in his hands to make an impact on the game. Sekou's willingness to cut to the rim makes it to where defenses cannot fall asleep off ball. And if you watch an NBA game, a lot of times where players take the most breaks when they're off ball. So Sekou takes advantage of that a lot of the time, and it will make your offense much smoother and much better. This next thing is going to be based off a small sample size, but that's going to be the problem with evaluating Sekou is, like I said earlier in the video, everything with Sekou is going to be a small sample size because he only came up around January, beginning of January, and then the season eventually got postponed, and now the Pistons aren't going to be able to finish their season. So everything we're looking at here is going to be a small sample size. So while this was only on 11 possessions, Sekou did rank in the 97th percentile in post-up situations, scoring 1.1 points per possession. So while it is a small sample size, Sekou did show the potential to be able to take advantage of smaller defenders when they switch on a screen, as you'll see here. But as you'll see in the next video talking about all the things Sekou needs to improve on, all the bad things that we saw from him during this season, there is really only one takeaway that you can take away from Sekou's 2-week stretch, and it's the fact that he knows how to play off ball, he knows how to play the game on offense, he knows how to be impactful without the ball in his hands. I could talk about how Sekou shot 41% from beyond the arc during this 2-week stretch from January 2nd to January 15th, but then I just have to tell you in the next video how it sunk completely the rest of the season. So there's no point in me even bringing that up. And I could tell you about what he averaged during this 2-week stretch, but I'm really not interested in any of that. I'm not interested in any of his stats, what he averaged during this stretch. I'm interested in looking at the film and seeing what is sustainable, what did he show throughout the season that could be sustainable. And the main thing that I saw that was consistently there, not the 3-point shooting that went up and then down, or the scoring that went up and then down, or the post-ups that we only got an extremely small sample size of. The main thing that I saw from Sekou that was consistent throughout the season and something I expect for him to continue to do moving forward is his ability to cut to the rim, move fast on transition, play hard, and get easy buckets for himself and his team. And that's all I've got for you guys today in this video. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the next video where I talk about everything that Sekou needs to improve on moving forward if he wants to hit his ceiling that the Pistons believe that he possibly has. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and that bell button so you guys get notifications when that video comes out. And this is your second reminder to please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're on the road to 1,000 subs. I believe 68% of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. And until my next video on the bad things that we saw from Sekou during his rookie season and everything he needs to improve on going into next year, I'll see you guys later. Stay safe. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later.